This is a Headgum podcast.
Ben, can we get you like
Do you want anything to drink or anything, or?
I'm good.
Okay.
You are? Okay.
We all have drinks.
have.
It might
we
be might
we
be
all
better
have
if you
drinks.
Had one.
It might be good. Just
Okay. Should I get my own?
no.
We can
no.
we can DoorDash you something or just like whatever.
Yeah, we can send it over just because we have
Okay.
kind of a.
Just an address.
Okay. You want me to give you my address?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
If you or unless you can figure out another way to do it, that's the only way.
Yeah, or if there's a friend's address and the friend brings it over,
Yeah.
I guess if that's like seems like an extra step.
Because
but
Kevin,
whatever
I
you
guess
do.
this is actually a good place to start.
Yeah, let's just get into it because I don't want this hanging over the show, kind of. Because we're gonna get into your stuff, which I know you want to do.
Okay.
And it's fine with us.
We just
but
have a little.
we just want to
business.
get like so.
Like
well,
housekeeping
Kevin-
stuff?
Yeah, just so everything.
Just because I think we're going to end up breaking out of the show to deal with it later if you notice it. But Kevin, do you
Got
want to
it. Okay.
say? So this is our producer Kevin.
This is Kevin.
Hey.
He's been with the show for a while.
Hi, Kevin.
Say hey.
Hey Ben, Chef Kevin here. Thanks for doing the show.
Yeah, my pleasure. I've heard good stuff about it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. You've heard stuff too?
Mostly good.
About
But,
your show, yeah.
So Kevin
No,
is.
but seriously, I have heard.
Seriously,
I've heard it's funny.
Thank you.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool.
We do just want to take care of this before we really get into that, like your stuff like that.
show
We do
and
just kind of
everything,
want to
yeah.
get into this one thing. 'Cause
Okay.
Kevin, this is like sort of a intense moment in Kevin's life, and do you want to share where you're at?
Well, Ben, I guess you could say I'm a freshman at USC, sort of.
Oh.
I've joined Panera's Unlimited Sip Club this week. So if there's any drinks at all you need, beverage specifically, I can get up to 2 cups.
So we're just going to give
So
space.
you brought four
Okay.
today. You ended up
You had
having
to
to
buy
pay
two?
for 2 of those.
Well, I don't know if you probably don't know this about me, Ben. I recently had a house fire, but the upside is my mom's friend Angie gave me a gift card to Panera, so I was able to cover the remaining $12.93 with that gift card. So we're all set over here.
Cool. Is everything okay? I mean, after the fire?
Yeah, I got a gift card, so
don't-
like we're good.
Right.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, you haven't. I know you don't.
Okay, well, I'm good.
Listen,
Is this-
but don't do it with him because he'll do it all day. Like he'll
Okay,
talk about
well,
the
I-
fire
all right,
forever.
The garage was nuts.
Yeah, he will go into it.
I'm good. I don't think I need a drink though. I think I'm good.
Yeah. Well, so but just to give space
Yeah, I don't
to
need one
the
either, so.
Panera Unlimited Sips Club, like
Any questions you
Yeah,
have about
are
that
there
would be great
questions?
to like just get out now.
just so we don't have to stop later.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that program.
so you have
how does
so
that
you have
work?
a lot of questions. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I
We
mean,
can't
just
do,
like general, just like what is it?
Yeah, it's unlimited tips, not unlimited questions, but we could do a few. Go
Okay.
ahead.
For $10 a month, you and one friend can each get 1 cup and stay at Panera, get as many drinks as you like.
You can't leave and come back.
You can leave and come back. I
You have to save the cup.
I save the cup. I try to wash it out there. Sometimes I'll walk there and I'm concerned that there's like outside germs, so I'll wash it out in the bathroom for a little bit.
Right. So it's sort of like a bottomless cup type of thing.
I guess it is kind of like
Kind of. Yeah,
It's unlimited.
more
sips.
unlimited sip.
you can sip
Yeah.
as much as you want. And Ben, I know you have a lot of like whatever projects and stuff, but
Yeah.
I know like everyone kind of asked the next question, which is does soup
Does soup
count?
count?
Does soup count for the unlimited sips? You mean?
Yeah, like people always
Yeah.
want to know if soup counts, and
I feel
traditionally
like
no.
Okay,
but
like,
what were you gonna say?
I feel like some soups could count. You know what I mean? Like more.
And Kevin feels the same. Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, I'm coming at this from a total outsider layman point of
It's
view. So I don't
helpful.
really know, but I mean, I just feel like some soups are more like a like a drink, like
More
a light
sippable.
broth.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then there are other things. Then it goes all the way into like more, like chunky, or like thick, hearty,
Yes.
kind of almost goulash type things, which then it's like you're on the borderline of not actually being a soup. But anyway, I don't know if that pertains.
We know. Yeah.
This is the exact endorsement I need to tell the staff because it's just been a back and forth with me and them. So I am honored to be able to play this to them when I bring it up after this recording.
What Kevin's been doing lately is he'll walk in with a plastic cup like this with just soup that he brought from home in it, sipping it, and he'll slide it across the counter and go, "Hey, can you top me off, brother?"
But it's soup from home.
Yeah, and then he tries to trick them.
The initial soup is soup from home, but then the new soup is from Panera Bread.
Right.
And then the new soup is hot enough that it will often melt the plastic.
It hurts.
Yeah, into their hand or whatever.
But the goal there is just to get more soup. For you. Yeah. Well, that's
he already has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you? Is soup something is that like your main sort of staple, or what do you?
It is now.
Okay.
And so
because you got the deal.
He's got the deal now, I guess. He mentioned endorsement, obviously. We're coming up on May, and Kevin is going to have a little trouble covering May, so he has sort of mentioned that potentially an endorsement from you for the Unlimited Sips Club would be useful.
Okay.
We have you saying Unlimited Sips Club a few times.
April's paid for. Like,
we also
April's
have you
done.
saying more soup for you, which like they're kind of thinking of as like a catchphrase that you will be the soup allied soldier. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you're like this, like the soup Nazis' enemy. You're like
you're defeating the soup Nazi.
When you say more
he says
soup
no
for you.
soup for you, but you're actually here, fighting.
Right. So you're saying I've actually said more soup. Like you could actually take what I've said already and use it.
Yeah,
we'll have all the
said more soup
pieces.
for you a minute ago, and
you just even said more soup. Yeah.
So you're kind of like asking if my permission, if you
we own it. We own it.
Yeah,
so
the
like,
show is the show.
You see, we paid for all
the
the equipment and stuff, and so I think it would be weird to like.
We're just
like it's your
we're just congratulating you because I think that
we didn't actually pay for the equipment. But
got it. You're welcome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Good luck, and good luck at school.
Thanks.
Yeah. What do you? I'm sorry. I don't know. I was listening for it. Are you majoring in? What are you majoring in?
Soup.
Sorry. USC stood for.
I don't want to start the entire thing
over
again, but I do like to go back to the beginning and just sort of cover that.
Hey Ben, Chef Kevin here. I'm actually a freshman at a different kind of USC. It's Panera's Unlimited Soup Club.
Oh, I know. Putting it together.
Yeah.
I should have listened earlier.
So that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well,
Kevin was pretty excited about it.
Cool.
Yeah, that one was rehearsed on the drive here.
That's cool. Man. I'm glad to be a part of it.
He lives really far away, so
long drive.
Especially after the fire, he had to move
farther.
Wow.
Yeah. Hot like the soup.
Well, good luck at USC.
Thanks, doggy.
So we are feeling so special today, Ben.
Oh my God, it's
to have you on the show. It's a big moment for us. It's a big episode. We're looking back. We're looking forward.
I don't even know if you're aware.
Our feels, and it's
like this is like a momentous.
I heard something
about
it. Yeah, I just heard about the show the other day recently, and through Zach Cherry.
Love Zach.
Love Zach. His episode
didn't love his work on the show particularly, but like I loved
on
some
our show.
Stuff he's done for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's I think he's an interesting actor.
You get the best out of him. Do you think? Do you find that?
I feel like comedically we were sort of starting to get into stuff with him that he hasn't explored. I feel like I hadn't seen him really be that as funny as. Be funny.
That was
funny.
Yes.
That was our experience a little bit. We liked him on the show and we invited him on ours, and I think it was a great episode, but not really because of what Zach.
What he was doing.
Yeah. I didn't know. So I never actually heard it, but Zach told me about it, and then he told me, and he said you guys were funny, and he said that you've been doing this thing for like a really for a long time, right? Yeah.
So. I mean, it's flown
not
by.
I mean,
not like a pathetic amount.
But he said this is like your 5,000th episode. 5,000 is that great? No,
we don't really. I mean, like I guess like Kevin keeps track of it. We don't really mark like time or like success that way in terms of just like quantity of episodes or like how much money we've made or not made or whatever, like for doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
We show up, we put on our hard hats, we do the work, we clock out, we have lunch, we clock back in.
Lunch is from a lunch pail.
We do some more work. We're sitting out on the beam.
Right,
you know?
like kind of just like a blue collar attitude toward the work.
Yeah,
like just do the work. You just do the work. I
know it looks glamorous. Yeah,
but how long has this show been on? Because I just literally Zach just told me about it.
Just found out about it. Yeah,
Kevin, and then I felt weird that I didn't know about it. But I know.
Well, you didn't know about the Unlimited Sips Club. I think it like we're kind of establishing that makes me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
That like if it were just us, you didn't know about, but you also have,
you
never
may be a
heard
little
of it.
insulated, Ben.
There's so much I don't know. Yeah, honestly, like because I have my own sort of like put my head down, do my work thing. I mean,
that's
honestly,
awesome.
And it's not, but it isn't too. Because sometimes I feel like I miss out on like what's going on in the world, and I want to be aware. And Zach said you guys have been doing this for a long time, and it's really funny and it's cool, and
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely cool and funny.
I think we have an opportunity with this episode to really get into sort of our body of work on this show, and that's very special
great.
for us.
Yeah, we did want to walk through it, especially with you, someone who you've achieved so much, and just that you're lending your voice, your achievements to the show is like so impactful and so amazing, and like especially this is, I mean, because we have been doing it for a while. It is a big one, Kevin. Is it like what? How many is this?
Technically, this might be 500, Ben.
Oh, okay. 500. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if it is 500, then like I think it's a good time. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of shows. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's fucking stupid. Like it sucks. Like who cares? For me, it's
we don't even try.
Yeah,
and, like we don't give a shit. But like
no, we don't give a shit about it.
But
it's cool. Sort of, it's funny.
Right. It's like a joke to me. Yeah, it's cool and it's funny.
But it's like that's kind of is that kind of like what the show is? Like it's like that's what your vibe is. It's like we come in, like you say, you come in with your lunch pail and you roll up your sleeves, you get on the beam, and
we're sitting on that beam really high up, and we're having lunch up there.
Right?
I mean,
and you're just like
really
not giving a shit, right?
We're not even nervous.
Like, we're not even scared. Normal people would be scared. We just show up and we eat lunch on the beam.
Oh,
is this high? Oh, is it high up here? Oh, I could fall and be dead. Like I didn't even realize that because I didn't.
Which I think is
we don't care.
Yeah, I think that's a good show business metaphor too. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of like like the best work I think comes out of not giving, not doing any work sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what we found, and sometimes it's bad, but
can be
it's
terrible.
Really good, and we want to talk about it. Looking back, looking forward, having you here, the specialness of that. I think
I just can't. I feel very lucky if I could just take a moment to kind of be in my gratitude, which is something we try to do on the show, and just say like, I feel so fortunate to have a guest like you, who in some ways like it was almost coincidental, the timing of it, but that it lined up in a way where we do have you here to kind of do, I think, what we need to, which is. I can't imagine a better guest to help us kind of get to that next level, specifically like getting Adam Scott on the show and like making him comfortable with what we do here and like who we are.
We've been circling Adam for a little while.
Yes.
He actually used to do a show on our same network.
We would see him at the studio.
Which you would think would be like an advantage, but like it did. And we've had emails back and forth, right?
And verbal agreements.
Yeah. No, we've had dates booked, and his schedule is
crazy,
fucking nuts. The guy's like having a moment.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to line him up, but I just think like when we heard, through Zach that you like really wanted to do the show, we were like, oh my God, that's so great.
That's funny. Yeah,
because we want Adam.
Okay.
The show's funny. It's cool.
No, that's,
and it's a funny coincidence.
Right.
That no, go ahead.
No.
Yo, you talk.
Well, I'm understanding, getting a little more context of because for me,
that's awesome.
I didn't actually like when Zach said you should go, you should do the show. He said he wasn't saying it like you should go do the show. He was just saying, I think it happened at the same time that I got the call from you guys about doing the show. He had said, "Oh, you should do the show. It's funny, whatever. It's cool." And I'm not quite sure how the rest of it happened. That it actually, like, they got, that it happened. Which I'm glad it happened. But somehow this happened.
We are too. Yeah.
The Adam part of it is great to hear. I love Adam.
We do too.
We do too, man.
Yeah,
We're huge fans of his stuff. Yeah.
And so he's just understand he's committed in the past to doing the show, but
we have never been able to nail down that commitment.
Right. We've gotten kind of to the 1 yard line,
right.
But like, he's
right.
a famous actor. Like he's like doing, like he does a lot of shit, and he's in the podcast space too, which in some ways makes it easier, but also
That's the funny thing to me, because I hear him on so many podcasts that I actually know. That he's like on so many of them.
Yeah. So you do know some. What are some podcasts that you do know?
Yeah, I was. I didn't realize. Yeah, because you were saying your head was down. You were working.
Well, there's that. Pod Save America.
Adam Scott does that.
Adam was on that
regularly.
He might have been on that one. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think he's been.
Okay.
Then
that's good for us to know. Just
right.
if we could poach their booker or something,
And then there's U2. He loves U2, right? Do you know that?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was actually on our same network.
No, he was recording next to us. Like we'd be passing each other.
Like he actually hosts, does a show about U2, right? His own podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's really into that. So I know he's done that.
I think they still do it.
I think, do they still do it? I don't know. And then there was I just saw, it's so funny because I was scrolling through the podcasts on my phone, and I just saw there were a bunch. It was Adam Scott talks about old TV shows. He likes old TV shows. He likes to
yeah. So knowing what he likes is amazing for you to be able to help make that connection.
Because ideally you can frame this show as something he would like.
I
you know what I mean?
Be happy to. The level that I would, of course, I'll put in a word. I'm happy to do it. We don't really interact
That's fucking awesome,
on that level that much about we don't talk about kind of work stuff that much or personal stuff, or we kind of we don't talk that much, but we're friends. I think we're friendly.
Yeah.
And I appreciate him as a as a person and as an actor. But I don't know. It's interesting, and we say 1 yard line with him too.
Yeah.
That's something that, if just knowing him a little bit, 1 yard line is kind of like a term that comes up with Adam a lot.
That's where
he's almost
that's where he likes to keep people, huh?
No one
gets quite into that.
There's a little bit of he's got he's got a strong goal line stand,
Yes. But once you get in there, that's the Music City Miracle, right? That's the 98 Titans.
If you get in.
Right.
And I think that's probably from the little I know him, because he is kind of very unknowable in a lot of ways, the way almost as an actor too. I don't know if you've noticed that too. I kind of
I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't know what's going on in there.
See, and that's, I think, his brilliance as a performer. And I don't even know if it's an intentional thing or brilliance.
It doesn't feel like it.
It's a thing where you look at his face and what are you feeling? What's going on inside of you?
Project anything,
I'm gonna put that onto him because
there.
It's almost like a permeable thing that you can just it almost sucks it in, and you want to. It sucks you into it, and you become whatever. I'm not going to say nothing, but just what the air that's inside. You fill that air.
Yeah, I get
which
confused.
Not many actors can do.
No, it is something where there are certain actors, I'm not even saying this is necessarily Adam, but there are certain performers where you're so fascinated with why they are there doing, how they got to do it.
Right.
That you just can't look away.
Yeah.
And you're just watching going what am I looking at? And
Right.
it's
What
it pulls you
looking
into
at?
the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we will be able to crack him.
We'll break him wide open.
We've cracked
and we've done
worse.
that with basically,
we just got to get him,
Yeah,
get him
so
in the chair.
Have you guys had any conversations with him at all personally, or talked to him?
I worked. Obviously, I did a full season of television with him. I was a
But did you guys
producer on a
actually
TV show.
Okay. Did you talk?
I got some emails,
Right.
some notes on some
the notes.
changes he
Yes.
would like to see.
Yeah.
He likes his notes. Yeah.
And he thought there was some really funny stuff in there.
That felt fucking incredible. Like to hear from someone who
and he said,
as we all sit, we're all fans.
Thanks for sending this. And he said, appreciate all the hard work you put in on this.
Mhm.
Right. Which he means too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Funny
tell.
stuff in
you
there.
can tell when he's not acting, and you can tell when he's acting too, which is that's kind of a different issue. But
he did. Yeah. He obviously he got into the ugly business of the critique at some point.
Yeah.
And and had some pretty sharp thoughts.
Yeah.
Stuff I disagreed with.
He's an interesting ball of contradictions.
Yeah.
And also there's that just sort of like the space. So there's like a lot of contradictions of like, oh, I thought it was one thing, or I thought he was one thing, and then there was something else, and then all of a sudden there's like, wait, is there even anything to connect with? But that's usually when he's acting.
Yeah,
and that's when I feel. But that's like, I think that's intentional too. Do you know what I mean?
Well, but I think what you're saying is too, like, he's an interesting ball of contradictions, and he isn't.
Well, that's
which is
ultimate.
itself.
Ultimate
ball.
Yeah.
Nail on the head.
But we do need you to pitch him the show, and so we did want to walk you through some of what we have done.
Yeah. And with your body of work, we think you hearing it from you,
it's just going to carry so much more weight when you can kind of tell him because the show's been through different eras and stuff, and we could. Yeah.
No, that's good. I'm the perfect person, probably. To tell this to, because I know nothing about the show,
and just because of your body of work, and
because
Brad's tattoos, and
Brad's
tattoos, remote control,
right?
All right, remote control. The MTV game show.
Yeah.
That's going way back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Do you feel isn't it amazing that you did remote control, and at the time it was just this concept, this sci-fi concept almost, and then they started doing remote control for real. They actually started inventing those.
No, it is funny
around
when you work back,
right around that time, and it actually turned out to be a legit idea.
Yeah.
It was just
where it's oh, doors really do slide now.
Yeah, and Star Trek actually. That they saw that ahead with that.
Yes,
that's what I said.
I mean, I think elevators might have been doing it at the time, but actual doors didn't do it. Though they had the elevator and the actual doors on the Enterprise, but I don't think actual doors were doing that at the time in 1964.
No, it was just a crazy idea, and then people were should doors actually do that? And then now they all do.
I know.
That's why I brought it up.
That's another genius of Gene Roddenberry, in addition to other things.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you want me
sorry.
to?
It just. Am I fucking losing my mind? I feel like you're telling me about it. I brought it up because I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm being fucked with a little bit. I said it because it's so. It's so cool that they brought it up. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah. Because sometimes I didn't say Gene Roddenberry or something Gene Roddenberry.
Well, now you're saying what I said. So I'm just saying we could have both.
Yeah.
I think I was. By the way,
look what you
this
did.
is fine for now. I'm thinking ahead to the Adam conversation.
Well,
what happened?
That's the other part of this. The other part of this, just I don't know, what is that thing? Is that your microphone?
It was my microphone. Now
it's that's like you're on a radio station, WXYZ or whatever.
No, it could be anything.
It's a podcast.
The letters are crazy now. Like they'll do anything.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's still a W if you're like east of the Mississippi, right?
No, I know. Yeah, that's the rule. Yeah.
Terrestrial.
They have to.
Radio.
They have to have some way to figure that out. You know, can you imagine how confusing it would be?
Who figured that out? Who is the person who decided that W is for the East and K is for the West?
It was Gene Roddenberry. Right?
So just to be clear, you want me to talk to Adam about the show?
Just tell him, tell him the show's, like you said yourself, the show's cool.
And to sort of run him through a history of the show, which we will now share with you.
We want to go through a little bit of where the show's been, and then, you can help us take it where it's going, which is ideally to work with Adam more.
Right. I'm just also thinking maybe like Zach, since he's been on the show.
But he couldn't get him. He couldn't get Adam.
Zach is the guy before the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And you're the guy who gets the
actual guy.
I'm not. No, you're saying I'm not the guy. You're saying
you're
I'm
the guy who.
You're the guy who helps.
after. You're the guy who gets the
look for the helpers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But Adam is the guy.
And maybe there's
hopefully,
and once we get to Adam, we're like, okay, what's next? But that's
have him talk to Britt or whatever.
That's the final frontier now, to use language that you'd understand, because of Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But
what do I do with this?
With the
maybe you should put it back on. Put it back on the microphone.
I tried.
He tried already.
Yeah.
I feel like there's an actual word for that. What that thing is.
Piece
like
of
a microphone
shit. That's
square.
The word for it. The word for it is it's a hunk of fucking junk. Jesus, man.
It's nice you guys are back in the studio. That's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks,
we don't want to start with the end of our history.
Okay.
Like we do need to start it. I mean, I guess we should start with episode 1.
Yeah.
When we started doing this show, do you know who Scott Aukerman is?
Yeah. I do know who he is.
Okay.
Well,
my
condolences.
Who I am too, so that's fine. You know both of us are. That's fine. We had coffee with him in a Starbucks, and he was like, segments are really important when you do a podcast.
He never took off his sunglasses for the whole coffee, and he told the segments were really important.
Yeah, and we were firmly in the shade, but he never. Took off his sunglasses.
That's a little bit of an LA thing too, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so. But we kept adjusting the umbrella so that he would be more shaded. And
was it raining?
No. But so
it
there's
felt
some
like
of these,
it was a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
or is that a paparazzi? Not to let the because there's also they bring the umbrellas out for the paps.
Yeah.
Now I'm learning. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. No, it was just like an outdoor cafe kind of situation where sometimes they have like a shade umbrella.
Right. But Scott's funny. He's really funny.
He's awesome.
That's good.
He's really cool. And I
good.
have the same job as him and we do the same stuff. So.
Yeah, we're really close. Yeah.
He said segments are really important. And so for our first episode, we did do a few segments.
We did like 4 different segments and it just felt so long.
It was taking forever.
I got lost.
It was like really exhausting. And we kind of went after Steve Levitan.
We went at Levitan pretty hard,
gently, but like for like an Emmy speech that he'd made.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We did go after him a little bit, and then
and we feel like we're punching up,
Yeah,
right.
that was the feeling at the time.
Got like amazing hair, like killer body, like
that was sort of the idea. Was the speech was like like we're like finally the losers get one, and it was like he was standing there, he's like sort of tall and beautiful, and he's with these amazing actors.
Yeah,
sort of like a cognitive dissonance happening.
Yeah.
But we
talked
scared.
about that, and then I was unable to even get a meeting on Reboot, so we sort of learned our lesson later. So we're not really doing that anymore.
So you're not so you're not like making fun of people in show business at all.
We still notice stuff, but we don't really talk about it. Yeah.
Right.
And we'll talk about it like not on the show and stuff like that. But and we'll make sometimes like little asides so that like we know what we're talking about, but not that would get us in any trouble.
Yeah.
So okay. Can I just add? So like, what is the kind of the idea of the show, or like what's the sort of like what's the
we're trying to
we're trying to tell you that.
we're sort of
trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still on episode 1.
So yeah, we haven't really gotten very far.
We called the Mindy Project the Mimby Project.
We did that
on that
a lot.
episode, and then we did that for the next like
30, 40.
Okay, yeah.
Episodes.
Yeah.
It somehow we kept having people who were either directly involved or were close
Or we
enough
would just
that we would
bring it
find a
up.
way to say it.
We
like
would get
like it's funny because you're calling it what did you call it, the Mimby? Mimby?
yeah, the Mimby Project.
We actually,
yeah.
I thought you might be a little confused by it, so we do have a clip, Kevin, if you want to play it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because you're right next to the Mimby Project. Do you?
So that's us saying the Mimby
that was
Project.
us
That was
saying Mimby
Sean.
Project,
I said
yeah.
it sometimes too.
I thought there was going to be a video clip. I put my glasses on for that. Sorry.
Video's clip
Nobody
11,
told you to.
Ben. So don't
Okay,
lose those
got it.
glasses yet.
So you were having fun with calling the Mindy Project the Mimby
Yeah,
Project?
it was pretty fun.
That was the
and-
show.
yeah.
So that was sort of what the show was about at first.
Right. That was all it was
Um,
about. That was like it. Like it was kind of like that was your big thing.
Well, we tried kind of taking a shot at Steve.
There was a Steve
Levitan. It was-
Levitan
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. We
Right.
had Jake Johnson on the first episode.
Mhm.
He's funny. Very
Yeah,
funny.
he's funny. From
I think we called the new girl the news girl. Or something,
we
too.
called it the news
We did a
girl.
lot
That was
of-
the kind of thing
yeah.
we were doing at the time.
We're just saying
Got
the
it.
name
Right.
wrong. Yeah.
right.
Then we had Donald Glover on the third one, which was
Mhm.
like that was cool.
Wow.
And
Wow,
then we
that's pretty
entered
good.
That was,
around
yeah.
then we entered what fans referred to as the lost decade of the show, but within that there were a lot of eras, like kind of within that era.
Yes, where we were kind of finding it, losing it again.
Yeah.
like,
Right.
but it's all it's all work. Like it's all
And
led. To
how
this.
long did that lost decade? How long did that go on for?
That actually lasted 10 years.
Yeah, it was about 10.
An
Yes.
actual decade. Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
So how long have you guys actually been doing the show?
How long have we been like actually
Like,
doing it?
doing the show,
Like actually
like,
like we're
yeah.
okay.
You
Like in
know,
years.
like actually doing it.
ooh.
I mean, I guess like 10 and a half years.
Yeah, if I have to put like a number on
Yeah.
it, like it's
Or
not
like
really how
maybe
we
like
think
10
about
years
it.
and like 2 months. Maybe like not even quite.
Yeah,
a
not
half.
even 10 and a half.
So you had like this like 6 month or whatever the opening period of the Mimby project.
There was the
part of it,
Mimby project
the Mimby
era,
thing, which
yeah.
was
which is like a
rich,
short
but
amount of time.
I think we got what we could out of it. Yeah.
But then after that, whatever few months, then you had like a 10-year lost era or decade. You're saying?
Well, there were other steps in there.
Well, yeah,
like-
within there. Yeah. So and then okay.
And I
Got
hear you saying that like a few months is a short amount of time. And I'm just like, I guess I'm trying to remember how many episodes like a season of Severance is. Like what's the order? Like it's how long?
We did the first season was 9 episodes.
9 episodes.
Okay.
Then it airs once a
So-
week.
normal number.
Okay.
It did. It aired when they first came out. It aired
Okay.
once a week.
9.
Okay.
Typical
So I
show
guess when
order.
we get to 500, I guess maybe we can come back and have the conversation over whether 2 months is like 2 months of like doing something really good that people like is like a
Mhm.
short amount
saying the
of time.
Mimby Project.
You know? Yeah.
I get where you're going.
Yeah.
I hear you, but what I was saying, just to clarify, was
Yeah.
that you said there was like a long period, much longer
Yeah.
than 2 months of like this lost era. Like you found the show and then you lost it for a much longer time.
And
than
you'll
you
see
found.
when you get to
We
500,
had our feet under us during the Mimby.
when it gets to
era,
500
yeah.
episodes, you'll see what like that.
When you
know.
hit 5, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
So you've done the front 9.
and I've done the front 9. We're in
Mm-hmm.
the next 10 is what we're doing right now. We're like
Okay.
into the next 10.
Okay.
I don't think we'll get to
Holy
500.
shit.
Honestly, like I don't think we're gonna
Wow.
hit that mark.
Well, not with that
wow.
attitude, mister.
Did you ever call the show Hollywood Handbook? Like you guys called
So,
Project Mindy?
sort of.
Ham-
We did
like
our
ham?
next. That actually brings us to our next era where we said hamburger sandwich a lot.
So that was the show for a while. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
that,
cool. It wasn't really connect. Do we have that, Kevin?
Do we have a clip?
Hamburger
Barbecue.
sandwich. And
So that's Sean again saying hamburger sandwich. That was also a thing that I said as well. But
Yeah. Do you have Hay saying it?
we have Sean.
I'm pretty sure I have 3 clips of Sean.
let's say it's
see.
not a basketball team. Let's say it's just a hamburger sandwich.
Hamburger sandwich.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That one
Okay.
was Sean. What about this
A
clip?
hamburger sandwich.
That one's Sean too. Sorry.
So I used to talk different as well.
What was that character? Is that a character or is just how you talked about
That was what he was
yeah,
doing
we started.
all the
We were
time,
doing.
but-
Yeah, it was like sort of like this try hard thing at the beginning where there was like a kind of more of like a character applied to it.
All right.
It just was kind of corny. The hamburger sandwich thing was good.
I like hamburger sandwich. I mean, because it's
We loved it.
It sounds like a
Yeah.
thing. It sounds like actually that. It's like once you say it a few times, you feel like, oh, it actually is like that makes sense.
That was like
Well,
150
tell Adam,
episodes
because
or
I
so
think
of that, and I think
we'll
it may
do it
be time
again
to
if-
bring that
yeah.
back. We're happy
Yeah.
to do that again.
We'll do
yeah.
that for
Yeah.
Adam. Yeah,
Okay.
if he would be comfortable with it.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I see him, you understand like we don't really, we're not like super tight or whatever, but I'll definitely mention whatever.
Oh, okay.
And we can't get into that like your
Just
whole
if
thing.
it's
like,
feeling like you want to explore something with it,
Yeah.
which
With,
like
with what?
it seems like your Adam relationship is
No, my Adam relationship is great on my end. It's great. I don't,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
I don't, like
ours
something
too.
else.
Ours too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not- I'm just saying, like in terms of exploring things. I don't, sometimes it's best to leave things, like uncharted territory too. You know
this
what I mean?
could be
Mhm.
amazing for all of us. I feel like, right?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, it's a way to bring us all to get like for me.
I think the
Right?
four of us
Mhm.
could really benefit from you talking to Adam doing the show, Adam coming back to you and saying like, "Holy shit! Like you were totally right.
The show was
They said
cool.
hamburger sandwich.
Yeah, they did just what you
Right.
promised.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that
and
could
so
happen.
now we're just tipping that pylon over. You know,
Are
what
you
I mean?
thinking
the
that-
pylon is toppling?
Right. The pylon that is the possibility of
Mhm.
Adam coming on the show. Because
Which would be so good for the show.
yeah. Would you want him to just? I'm sorry, I was unclear. Or do you think like you'd want me to come back on with him? Or
We'd
just
like to
him?
have it. Well, let's give let's give Adam his space.
Right.
And just because like my experience with you a little bit on the show is like,
Yeah.
and this is a good thing, but you do like to talk, and I want to make sure Adam
We
has
love
room
that.
to.
We love that.
Oh my god. I don't want to. I don't need to talk to this
Some
guy. I've
people
done
are like,
been doing it for 500
Not
episodes.
crazy about that, but like we actually do like it.
No,
You're
that's
talking about your
awesome.
experience with me so far in the last like 20 minutes.
Just on this episode, yeah, like a little bit of like a blabbermouth vibe, and which is like,
And it's actually been 40, which like kind of I guess explains
no, yeah,
some of the just like how much that you don't know. So I guess you don't know.
so which like good. That's not your
We love
that's
it.
not your job to know. Like that's awesome, but my hope is that Adam will kind of get a word in edgewise when he does the show, and that
Yeah.
would be like really good. And then maybe after he goes back to you, he goes, it was funny, it was cool. They said hamburger sandwich, all the stuff we all like. Then the four of us kind of reunite,
Okay.
like, and all walk through like both your episodes and like all the, and what we're going to do next.
Cool.
Okay, so we are doing our first video ad ever.
Mm-hmm.
This is for our free episode on YouTube. And so that obviously is not viable as a model for us and cannot continue unless people buy this product, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let's make this the most effective ad we've ever done. If you're watching this and it's free for you to watch it, then don't you owe us money indirectly being spent on pork chops and stuff?
We're talking about HelloFresh. That's a great that's a great segue, actually. Pork chops and stuff. That's one of the things that HelloFresh, it has to be that they sometimes have.
They have it.
They get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep.
With mustard.
Skip the trip to the grocery store. Count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. It's America's #1 meal kit. We are bringing back for this ad. This ad is very important for us.
Mhm.
It has to work.
And so we are bringing back someone who has been absent from the space for a long time. But that is...
He's been doing push-ups.
Yes.
Getting ready for this moment.
Yes.
Right? He's been training. We really do need to break out the big guns.
Yes.
And so as Justin Timberlake would say, we're bringing Chef Kevin back.
Chef Kevin is back.
Yeah.
To talk about his special recipe, it being introduced for HelloFresh. You've created a special meal kit for our listeners, Chef Kevin. What is it? With
a flavor profile specifically for Hollywood Handbook listeners. Talk about their taste buds, how they work differently, and what you've done to capitalize on that.
Hey guys, Chef Kevin here. Hey everyone.
Woo!
So,
right?
Hope for applause.
Everyone cheering at home.
Something you probably know about yourself, listeners, is you have a bit of a salty tongue. And I've been in the lab doing push-ups, lots of research about this, which is why I made my meal kit salt-free beef. And it comes with a belt, and the buckle will say one of two things. Good morning, Mr. Coffee. Or I love my belt. So you could get salt-free beef with one of two belt options.
This cannot be your meal kit idea.
So much of the
so long.
So much of the feature was about a belt buckle with a slogan on it. You promised me that it was going to be the most delicious ad we'd ever done. Mm-hmm. It's just salt-free beef, and then the belt buckle ideas are awesome.
They are awesome. It was always sort of bothered me.
HelloFresh, that's not HelloFresh.
All belt buckle messages are inherently sort of weirdly sexual because they're around the area, right?
They are.
And with this one, you have one sexual one, Good Morning, Mr. Coffee, and the first non-sexual belt buckle that has ever been invented, which is one that says, I love my belt.
Mm-hmm. Because it really tells you this thing's staying on.
Yes.
It ain't going anywhere.
And it really deters thieves.
Yeah.
So you can reach your goals with delicious calorie smart and protein smart lunch and dinner options, plus new vegan recipes too. I guess the salt-free beef would not apply to any of those things. It's pretty protein smart, I guess. Farm to table quality with every HelloFresh box. HelloFresh's seasonal ingredients are picked at peak ripeness and travel from the farm to your doorstep in less than 7 days for fresh flavor in every bite. Now, you were saying that the salt-free beef is picked somehow.
Yeah, I have an array of beefs. I wake up every morning. I put on one of my two favorite belts. Good morning, Mr. Coffee.
No matter your lifestyle, you'll always find delicious recipes on the HelloFresh menu like pescatarian and veggie. You can even swap proteins and sides to make a recipe just how you like it.
Pork chop with mustard.
You had pork chop with mustard? That's how you like it.
That's how I like it.
Go to HelloFresh.com/theboys16 and use code theboys16 for 16 free meals. Okay, plus free shipping.
And it's how old we are.
That's HelloFresh.com/theboys16 and use code theboys16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. I want to jump ahead to the next era, which was Clark Duke's second episode.
Yeah,
that he did with us.
Adam's going to ask if Clark Duke did the show.
Okay.
And I think you have to be right on top of it, Ben. It has to be
twice.
He's done twice.
Don't even let him finish.
Twice.
Okay. Why?
Yeah,
that'll
twice.
mean something
Next.
to him. Why?
Well, that's the crew. That's the Wrecking Crew. Hot Time
Okay.
Machine. That's
Got it.
Just to make him comfortable, it's going to be, because I think
he literally did our show as many times as he did Hot Tub Time Machine. So
right.
it's the same level of investment.
Okay, so just to make him feel like it's not even a question.
Boom. Next.
Yeah.
Yes, twice.
Did he do it?
Moving
Twice.
on.
Right.
Twice.
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to stop you right there. Twice.
Cool.
Do we have a clip or anything to kind of?
Yeah. This is a long one, Ben.
Name is Sharon Stone.
You know what Oliver Stone's name would be? You know what they are on the Flintstones? You know what they call The Rock?
What?
Dwayne Jagged.
So there was a little,
sort
of a dangerous moment there where we were talking about what different people's names were on the Flintstones.
On the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Sean did say The Simpsons, and again, I was in this episode as well. It's not necessarily reflected in the clip, but he did say The Simpsons. You might have noticed.
Yeah, I know. I heard that.
I said The Simpsons. I meant the Flintstones.
You
And we've been talking
right.
about the Flintstones prior. They're both adult cartoons, aired during nighttime.
Yeah, different eras though. Obviously, I feel like I'm more from the Flintstones era.
No.
I mean,
Ben, you're so young. What are you talking about?
I wasn't fishing.
Crazy.
I just remember
oh my God,
actually
the
watching
Flintstones era.
No,
there was dinosaurs and stuff.
You like The Simpsons?
No, you listen to Pod Save.
Yeah, exactly. Super young demo.
You
it's
were
funny
you were
it's
on The Simpsons, weren't you?
I was on The Simpsons a long time ago. It's like the Flintstones. It's a double meaning because like the Flintstones era of like obviously like Stone Age times, and then like the actual time the Flintstones aired.
Yeah.
So it's like any way you look at
which
it.
were you doing?
Yeah.
What was the intention?
When you said it, what was your intention?
As I don't think I had an intention when I said it. I think I just said it because it was something to say. And then all of a sudden I was talking, and then I was like, oh, I should stop talking because I'm, blabbermouth or whatever.
Growth. That's growth.
Yeah.
Dude, don't get in your head about that.
Okay.
All
right. But I just feel like
we still got like 5 minutes left.
And it's also interesting to me that I don't really have a sense of time in terms of what, I thought this was flying by quickly in my mind, and obviously it has been, but then there are parts of it that I felt like have been interminable too.
Mm-hmm.
But, those are usually the parts when I'm not talking.
You ever, what's your experience with, not sativa, but like kratom, I guess. You ever, do you smoke a lot of kratom?
No, I don't.
Or salvia?
What is that?
Salvia?
That's the experience.
It's a plant.
Like it's racing by, and now you're just basically trapped in that cube at the end of Sean's microphone.
Yeah, you're saying what is months. That? Yeah, you're in here.
In terms of your experience of time and space?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the corner of the room comes zooming at you from the ceiling. Yeah. And then you're stuck.
But you can feel that sometimes without any of that too.
You can, yes. Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Right now.
Yeah.
I think that moment is special for us, the Simpsons Flintstones moment, because there was a time in doing the show where we would have just stopped at the Simpsons thing, like that would have kind of shut the show down.
Yeah.
Pushing past that,
being able to kind of get back on our feet, pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off. That's become kind of a signature of the show. Of like, there've been episodes, I'm not referencing this one, where it's going pretty bad.
Right.
And we do pull something out. We do salvage something. And that's become sort of like the signature move.
Right. And is there any, do you do any editing? Do you do any post work on the show at all? Or do you guys
Kevin's area. We've talked to him about that. He said that you can't.
You can't.
It's impossible.
You can't do it.
You're not allowed to, or it's not?
You just can't.
It's not the way the show is. Yeah.
Right.
It would be amazing.
Right. Because it's kind of like what I'm getting is like, it's sort of like, it's one of those things like a stream of consciousness. You just go, you riff off of different things that people say, you listen or you don't listen, or you.
Yeah. It feels like that's what you're getting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Or like you guys talk to each other and you have like, it seems like you kind of have like a very, like a shorthand kind of language, some kind of language. That's just very much between you, and then all of a sudden the show's over.
I guess I'm just doing my thing. I guess when I think about it, I guess I'm just kind of doing my thing. And like,
I hate to analyze it,
but no, I don't want to, and I don't want to, because you don't want to like.
I don't want to break the spell
or anything. Yeah, I think but just having experienced it for the first time, it's interesting and it's cool. I get,
It's
why
definitely cool.
Zach said it was cool, and now I get, why he said it was cool. It's just like it's interesting to kind of experience something from the outside, and how you relate to people other than yourselves too is interesting.
Yeah, you're inside. Yeah, you're inside it.
I'm inside of what?
You're doing the show.
You're saying you're experiencing from the outside, but you're on the show.
I guess I'm on the show, but at the same time, I also feel like I'm kind of
maybe
hovering
you did smoke
outside.
salvia.
But I'm like, no, but I'm like, I feel like I'm like sort of hovering outside of it too at the same time.
This is kratom.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I'm getting kratom from this.
It's giving
kratom Scott. Right? It's so just
don't say that to him though. He won't appreciate that.
Okay, so we are getting him.
Yeah.
Like you feel like we are like.
I'd like to try something because it also feels like you are ready for this. Like,
okay,
not that we have more stuff that we've done on the show, but like, why don't I'll be Adam?
Yes.
Okay.
And just I'm on set, right? Or do you want to be Adam? No, that's not good. I'll be Adam. Yeah. And then you come and just kind of start telling me about the show, like what it is, like why I should do it. And then we'll just kind of see. Hayes might stop you at some point to like kind of like remind like what the big points are to hit.
Okay.
And Ben, before you start, can I give you some advice?
Yeah.
You talked about talking to Adam about work stuff and personal stuff.
Right.
It's all personal, babe.
Okay.
Right.
Take it away.
First of all, hi, Adam. It's Ben.
Okay.
How you doing, man?
Was really good. What's up?
Okay. I just want to say, first of all, your work has been great on the show. I know we haven't talked for a really long time, but I really...
And you know why too, right?
I do know why. So anyway, I've been wanting to say that for a long time, for a really long time, just that, like, I miss talking. Like, I feel like we should be able to talk directly to each other, but that's different. We are now, so that's good.
Yeah.
But I feel like the rest of like what's happened over the last year and a half should be water under the bridge. So, there are these guys who do this, this podcast, right? Have you heard of Hollywood Handbook or Hollywood Handbook? Hamburger sandwich. Have you
wait, say that last part again?
Hamburger sandwich. That's like one of their things that they do.
That sounds pretty fucking good. Wait.
Yeah. So they do things like they say words wrong. Like like instead of Mindy Project, they say Mindy Project. Stuff like that, like hamburger sandwich. They do voices and stuff. And it's cool,
Okay. I'm going to stop you. Really interesting. A lot of good stuff in there. If we could get to hamburger sandwich faster.
Yeah, that seemed
and then
it felt like he perked up at that,
yes.
then we lost him again.
Yes.
Okay. Do I start again, or you want to, or just go?
Was there anything else? Do you have anything for me? I mean,
I guess it would be helpful if you would say, like, speak your issue about like why they haven't spoken in so long, just so we can get that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, let's just get that off the tip. Let's just clear clear the field of that stuff, and then we get into the hamburger sandwich piece. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Long time no speak.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
let's not blow past that.
Okay.
Let's not blow past that. Long time no speak. There's a reason for that, no?
Yeah, there's a reason for it, and I'll take my piece in that and take responsibility for my piece and say I'm sorry. Okay.
Thank you for doing that. I won't take responsibility for any piece of it because you stole my Porsche. You crashed it up, and you crashed it up.
Well,
and the reason I know that you did that, Ben, and you're admitting that now, right?
I admit that there was an accident.
Okay.
And I also admit that it was an accident. An accident, okay, Adam? And I also want to say thank you for the trust you put in me to take it out for a spin. And I was excited. You know, I thought it was an incredible birthday gift that you received.
You got jealous.
From Apple TV Plus. And I just wanted to, and I screwed up.
We have to get the hamburger sandwich. We have to.
Can I just talk to you about hamburger sandwich? I feel like that's not as good a segue though into.
Yeah, I think like, well, look,
I don't even think. Just say it wasn't you. It'll go faster if you just say it wasn't you that did it. It's the admitting it that's.
It's just forever. In reality, this conversation would never happen because it wouldn't even get that far. So you know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the minute
he's still too upset.
Like he just like there wouldn't even be. It would just be like Porsche.
What? What was up? Like you were jealous of the car, or you?
No. Like, he got this incredible gift brought to him on the set.
Yeah,
and the complete, it was from Apple TV Plus for completing our 9th episode.
And his birthday as well?
And his birthday too, which happened to coincide on the same day.
Yeah, I got confused at that part. Like, obviously, Adam knew the story, but I didn't know if it was a birthday gift that he gave you to let you drive his car. But then it was like
that
it
was a gift from Apple TV Plus for completing the 9th episode. I got, like a box of chocolates or whatever. And, because they know where their bread is buttered, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the show. I get it. Which he doesn't ever fail to, remind me. And
he is the show, and then he's the show
reminder.
Again. You know what I mean? He's two different guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the show
shows.
twice. Exactly.
Kind of. I don't get it at all. But
and he doesn't forget either guy.
What is going on with that?
What, the concept of the show?
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
It's pretty simple.
So weird.
Everyone's being really weird.
They're acting so weird, which I can get on board for a little bit of that, but like.
Yeah, we like to play around. It's kind of like we like to keep it weird, and you know what I mean. Like that's kind of like, I think that's what's kind of like the secret sauce of our show is like that it's weird. You know what I mean? Like it's weird and like whoa, what's happening?
You like to play around. Yeah,
we like to play around with people's perceptions of what they think is like what's happening, what's real. Imagine like just the concept if you like put a chip in your head, right, Sean? And you came and you went downstairs to do like, I don't know where your studio is, but it looks like it might be in a basement or something. Like you went down to a basement to do the show and then you did the show and then you came up
skyscraper.
Okay. Then you went up to a penthouse and then you go down and then you forget everything that happened in the show.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even remember. You just like know that you like, that's the idea of the show is like
from a damn potato chip.
Like Greenberg didn't need to do any of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Ben, I put a whole bag of chips in my head before, and none of that happened. I just got a little.
No, it's not a chip.
Feels like we're losing our
watch
way.
The rest of the game.
I mean, it's not a potato chip. It's like a microchip, like a
unlimited chips club.
USC.
Anyway, it's a fun. You know what? It's a fun. It's like kind of it's like you go off and you go with it. You know what I mean? Like
it's fun. It's supposed to be fun. Not supposed to make any fucking sense.
Not making any
sense. I just
sense,
remember when
anything.
you could be like, here's Greenberg. This is like, there's this guy. He's not a robotic droid or anything. Like he's not like he's not two
he's
different
like a
guys. There's
dude.
only one guy.
There was only
I just
one
remember
guy.
when we could do that.
The name
You know
of
what
the
I mean?
thing is
And
the
it
name
just
of the
feels
guy,
like we've lost our way.
and it's one guy.
It's just a different genre. You know, it's a different genre. Like that's a character.
Sure is.
piece.
Maybe that's
Believe
what's-
me,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, maybe that's what's bumping me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, some people are into it, and I don't know. Like some people go with it, and
Race
some
to
people
the
are
bottom.
some people can't quite wrap their, it's like, ooh, I cannot understand.
Yeah.
It makes my head hurt, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But different
I'm not-
strokes, right? Right?
I guess I'm not
Different-
smart enough for the smart show.
It's
Meanwhile,
not-
I've done 500 episodes of this thing.
Look, I
And it kicks
am not
ass.
saying you have to be smart to enjoy our show. I think I like shows
Is
like
he going to be
yours.
cool with that? Is he the our show? Is that going to be an issue?
Is that? Do
I
you
just
want us
don't
to
want
cut
him to
that
like
for
go
Adam?
back and he hears about
We've never edited before.
Hollywood
but
Handbook. He goes back and listens to this episode. He hears you say our show.
I don't want to cut ourselves off at the knees here, Ben. Where
Right.
we end up in a
Right.
situation where you can't ask him to appear on the show because you said our show.
He
I
can
don't
say
know
our
if I-
show because it's him twice.
Yeah.
I get it. I don't think he's probably ever listened or will listen to this show. I mean, honestly, just knowing the
His
little I know
process.
about him. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually that's where you're wrong, Ben. That's where I know you're wrong.
How do you
Because
know?
when I was working with him, he came up to me one day and said, "Hey, I listened to your show." And I said, "Thank you so much." And he said, "Yeah, you guys were talking about like a book or something." And then we never spoke about it again.
Yeah. All right. Well, then he obviously made a mark.
So mention the book,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah. So I'll say, do you want to do? Yeah, you should do that.
I don't know if
show
it's because the show's
where
called
they-
Hollywood Handbook that he thought there was like a book involved.
Or he might have. Yeah, who knows? I know he listens to books on tape a lot too. He might have confused it. I don't know. He's
might
one
have
of those
thought
guys.
he-
Audible's a sponsor. Tell him Audible's a
Yes,
sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah.
He likes
Yes.
books on tape.
Yeah.
Dude, yes. Yes. Say this. Audible's a sponsor.
Okay, you think that'll put him over the top?
Well, with the hamburger sandwich, between those two things, like it's like we're right in his fucking wheelhouse, man.
Yeah. I don't know. The other
Speaking
thing is
of
like
over
once
the
you
top,
once
like-
you finally get him, that's the other thing. I just say like once you finally get him, I don't know if it's going to be, all that you imagined too. From my experience, is that sometimes you meet
I guess
your
this.
idol.
I guess I feel prepared for that
Okay,
now.
Mm-hmm.
that might be good. Okay, because see, maybe it's good because you guys don't seem to want to have the guest talk that much. So it might actually be a perfect.
I said we love
it's
it.
sort of dependent.
Like,
No,
some
I
people,
think it's
some people think that it's like bad. Like some people don't like it, but we actually do love it. If
No.
we could just get one clean more soup for you, like that would like
just
I'm
get
not-
it without any.
I'm not going to say more soup for you.
you already did say it. You already did say it. So like,
yeah,
now-
but
now
it
you're
just
not
makes me
gonna say
not
now
want
that
to.
we
Makes me
need
not
it.
want to
just-
say it when you keep telling me to
but
say
he
it. Keep
just-
saying
And if
more
you could
soup
do
for
it
you,
as
more
like
soup
a
for you.
like a British
Is he
soldier.
saying- he's
I'm not going to say more
this
soup for
fucking-
you.
This fucking guy's saying it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I'm not going to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sean, I'm not saying more soup for you. More soup for you. Not going to do it. So yeah, maybe Adam will come on and blow, knock your socks off, and you can bring him on for the 1,000th episode or something. Because I think that's honestly how long I think it'll take him to actually get. He's a slow walker too. Do you know that?
I guess talk more about it. It feels like you have a story or something. It's like
It's just when they call him
setting
to set.
himself up.
When they call him to set, this is inside baseball, but like they'll go like, okay, ready
I've been
for
on
first
set. I
team.
did a whole season with him.
Okay, you know what first team is? You talked about this on the show?
Yeah, the Yankees.
Yeah, baseball.
No, but actors are called first team.
Mhm.
And they say first team's ready for first team, and then the walk from his trailer to the set can like sometimes take like 8 minutes or something like that.
Bye.
All right.
That was a Headgum podcast.